What's up, everybody? Hey, Tom Laird here, host of the Advice from a Call Center Geek podcast and founder of Expivia. For exceptional contact center outsourcing, trust Expivia. We're fully AI-driven, as all of you know, and can handle voice, email, chat, and all of your digital channels. Our 600-seat USA contact center is expert in healthcare, financial services, insurance, tech support, retail, and more. Experts on the NICE CX1 platform, we ensure seamless customer experiences. DM me or visit expiviausa.com for more.
This is Advice from a Call Center Geek, a weekly podcast with a focus on all things call center. We'll cover it all from call center operations, hiring, culture, technology, and education. We're here to give you actionable items to improve the quality of yours and your customers' experience. This is an evolving industry with creative minds and ambitious people like this guy. Not only is his passion call center operations, but he's our host. He's the CEO of Expivia Interaction Marketing Group and the Call Center Geek himself, Tom Laird.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Advice from a Call Center Geek, the Call Center Contact Center podcast. We try to give you some actionable items to take back in your contact center, improve the overall quality, improve your agent experience, hopefully improve your customer experience as well. How's everybody doing? My name is Tom Laird. I'm the CEO here at Expivia. We are a 600-seat contact center outsourcer located here in Erie, Pennsylvania. How's everybody doing? First episode where fall's kind of been in the air. It's like 55 degrees already in Erie. I'm in a sweatshirt. It's Friday. Dressed down, I guess, here in the office. So, hey, I want to take on something, and I really debated whether, because right now, if you're viewing this later, I'm live on LinkedIn, not doing this live, and I don't know if it's going to cause a controversy or not, but I have some strong feelings, and I think some overreactions to the Sonus company, right? And so Sonus, if you've not heard of them, really, really interesting, cool startup in Silicon Valley. And what they have done is they've created a voice product that you can basically put over somebody who's maybe in the Philippines or Indian over their voice to make it sound more American, right? So you don't have that really heavy accent. And they were at Call Center Week. I thought they killed Call Center Week. Like, I thought they were the best new technology that I've seen. It was really mind-blowing when you took the demo with it. I thought it was, hey, thanks, guy. Appreciate it. Just got a great podcast, man. I thought it was really interesting, and I think it could evolve. What happens in the outsourcing space, especially when you offshore. Now, listen, I'm a USA BPO, right? This is like a direct, I guess, competitor. This would be something that you could say, hey, listen, if my offshore, contact centers, if they can sound, right? And then this is where we're going to get into the kind of the controversy, right? If they can sound more like the person they're talking to, right? We think that, that is a plus for that. So the problem with this is that, again, a lot of people have been pushing back, and the company has been getting blowback about, either being racist, taking away cultures of other organizations that have rich languages, rich cultures, and just making them, quote unquote, sound more white, right? So I've done a lot of research on the company. I've read as much as I possibly can. The founders, none of them are white, right? I think they said in one of them that over 80% of their company is of a non-white race, right? So I don't think there's any type of racial undertones here. I love what the CEO has said. And he basically says, we want to kind of take away how we say things and focus more on what we say, right? No one, if I'm calling to get my refrigerator repaired, right, I would just want to get my problem fixed as quickly as possible. And again, it's not a race thing. It's just we have different cultures, right? And sometimes from a cultural standpoint, it is harder to listen or to hear somebody when we're talking to somebody offshore. It can cause more frustration. We can kind of go around the fence on this a little bit, but no, it is. I mean, we talk about there is a difference between onshoring and offshoring, right? It's not because they're not intelligent, right? It's not because they do a poor job, right? It's because a lot of times there is some frustration with language barriers, right? And so this company is kind of coming in to give a tool, right, to an offshore company that really wants to do more business. I think it's going to help them, not hurt them. Gives clear communication for everyone that's involved. So, I think we need to relax and take some breaths here. When it comes to if we're saying things have racial undertones, if we're saying things from a company standpoint that they're taking advantage of that, where I think all of us just really want to get our problems solved. And I think this is a quicker way to do it. And I think this tool is really amazing. So again, I'd love to hear what some of you guys think about this as as the weeks go on and more people kind of listen to this and kind of, we can have a really, I think, hopefully an adult, conversation on this, because AI is coming into play, right? So, whether it is, AI by itself or some type of tool that's over our voices from an AI standpoint, what is the difference there, right? Is there an ethical issue, when it comes to that as well? So I think there's a lot to this. But from everything that I've seen, these guys are doing a great job. I think they're going to create more business, to be honest, probably offshore. It's going to hurt probably people like me that are onshore, or it's going to force us, to do cooler things, right? We've always, fought against, or not fought, but understood the battle with offshore, right? And even nearshore, if you're in the States. I mean, talk about prices, right? If you're going offshore, you could be, maybe with this tool, maybe you could be at a call center that's $6, right? But you're going to be in probably that 8 to 10 world, depending on who you're using. Nearshore, you're going to be in that 14 to 18 world. You come to the States, you're going to be high 20s, mid 30s, right? So I think the only thing that what this is doing is it's making me think, right? We just can't, and I've had this mindset for a while, but I think a lot of the US BPOs, to compete, you can't just have a butt in a seat, right? You can't just have an agent taking calls and that's all they do. There has to be value add, right? And we're not just talking about quality, right? I think because everybody's, playing in that quality space, but, when it comes to, analytics, how deep can you get into giving, not only sentiment, but giving real marketing data back to clients, back to customers? What can you do from a self-service model? What can you do from an integration standpoint? What are some of the things from a reporting and ease of use access, right? How can you make yourself different when you can't compete on price, right? Which is kind of an age-old question, and one that I think a lot of us battle with. And that's kind of how and we have kind of gotten through this is to provide as much value as we possibly can. And I know a lot of the USA BPOs do that, right? So, making sure that as much as we possibly can, the value that we're getting is much better than just having somebody offshore, at $10, just maybe answer a call and have the voice. So John Lawrence just kind of, let me see if I can pop his question or his thing up here, his comment. So I don't see how this could be considered negative as long as it is strictly regarding the accent. Sounds like an innovative solution. Yeah. And I think, John, I think that's the main deal, right? It seems like we're very, in today's society, we push the button on certain things really, really quickly without really thinking things through. Again, this is accent. Now maybe they're going to come out with a US kind of piece, right? Where when we're calling in, if there's this is a hypothetical, but let's say like my call center is now taking calls from the UK or Scotland, right? And maybe they'll develop it where my reps, right, can have that, that British accent. Like I think, this isn't just, we're looking at it kind of one way. I think that there's a lot of different things that could come to play in this. And again, I love that. I'm going to say it again. I love what they said. It's not how we're saying things, right? It's what we're saying. And the point is to understand more about what we're saying than the process of how we're saying it, right? And if you can make the what we say, much clearer, much easier for a certain group of customers that are calling in, right? That's how we have to think of this too, right? This is a business, right? How do we make the best product that we can for our customers, right? Do our customers want to hear this type of language or this type of accent or this type of accent? I mean, we can say no, but we all know that in reality, right? Americans want to kind of hear from that American side. I mean, people market it. Big companies market, hey, USA customer support, right? There's a reason for that. So again, I think it's, if they can, make the product that they're using offshore better by this tool, by this company, I think it's a great idea. Listen, these guys reach out to me. I'd love to invest in it. I got to talk to these guys too. I think, again, what I saw at Call Center Week was really amazing. Totally seamless. Just a really cool tool that I think can help a lot of people. And I think, even, we are global to help a lot of offshore companies, probably get more business and then push, again, like I said, push us just US based centers to do some other really, unique things to try to compete. It's hard right now, with the recession, with inflation. I probably should say more inflation, with the agents and trying to find a really stable workforce. There's no way right now that I could bring people back into the office. If I said, hey, I want everyone to come back, I would have a revolt. Now we have some people that are still here and some of our agents that are still here, but at this second, it's pretty difficult, especially from a pricing standpoint. Everybody has gone up. I mean, this whole $15 minimum wage push, I mean, I think it's already done. Like there's nobody that really needs, no law needs to be set. If you're paying somebody here, like Pennsylvania, it is insane. Right? Our minimum wage is like $7.25. I don't know anyone who's paying that for any job whatsoever. You couldn't get a person. So again, I mean, I would say that the minimum wage is already $15. That's about where we are at right now, which, would be insane for an area like us, just talking a couple years ago. So again, that's all. I just wanted to kind of, put my 2 cents in on this. If you Google them, right, there's so many negative websites and news organizations that have kind of took to hammer them, that I think it's a little unfair, especially for what they're doing. They're just creating a product that I think is needed, is wanted in the industry, and is going to be profitable for them. So just giving them a little, I've never talked to anybody. They're not paying me to do this, right? This is just kind of my 2 cents on trying to see something that's really happening kind of in the industry right now. So again, just reading a couple comments here. Yeah, I agree. I mean, John, I agree. I mean, understanding really, really heavy accents is very difficult, right? And I'm sure it's difficult both ways. So if we can kind of bridge that gap, I don't see how that's a negative, or it's demeaning a culture or race or anything like that. So, all right, guys, that's my 2 cents on this Friday. I hope everybody has a great weekend, and I will talk to everybody next week.